What up, peeps? Big Corey, Kamish here. Whoa, we got some light going on there. That didn't look good. Back at it. Sorry about last week. Got a little busy. Isaac acts like he has to have the video. He needs it in his veins. He's like a fiend for that shit. So here it is, Isaac, just for you. No, I meant to do it. I was gonna do it this week anyways. I just usually they're on Thursday, so here it is. Here's a little quick story too. I actually had to post a video for one of my classes, and I did it on YouTube because that was the only way you could do a video that long. And ended up like half the class and the professor, they watched it. And guess what popped up after the video? Suggested videos, our little league videos. So they got to see me out, my life outside of school. My professor was talking about it. He plays fantasy, so I don't think he gave a shit. He thought it was funny. So two last week, we had a lot of stuff going on. By the way, we're going into week 9. We're officially halfway through the season, including playoffs. The season flew by like it always does, but yeah, it's going into week 9. Damn, they always go too quick, don't they? Nonetheless, let's look into last week and see what happened. We had Juicy J going up against the Bone Zone. In this one, no one really knocked it out of the park here. Tommy kind of got a default win. He scored 78. Even this dude's just magical. His team is magical this year, always getting the win. He's only got one loss on the season, so he goes to 7-1. He had an okay day from Drew Brees, good day, 20, dropped it on Seattle, 19 from DeMarco Murray, who's a little iffy right now with a little toe injury, and then Ezekiel Elliott for 14, very consistent fucking dude, man. He really is exceeding expectations or matching expectations. He had pretty big shoes to fill. Beyond that, didn't do much. Got a -1 from Josh Lambo, who was just not putting it together, getting some blocked field goals, and I think an extra point as well. 78 points, got the win though. Jordan's team really didn't show up. Ryan Fitzpatrick spot starting the quarterback all year long. 14, most on his team, but really not getting the win. Devontae Booker, he got a starting running back with C.J. Anderson out, got 12. Lamar Miller for 11. Rest of his team, barely broke 5, not even 5.2, 3, 2, 7, and then 8 from his kickers. Good for 62. Not good for the win. 3-5. Jordan goes, still trying to piece together some wins to make it in playoffs. Tommy's probably guaranteed a spot in the playoffs at 7-1. So congrats, sir. That's never seen that before. Tommy in the playoffs. Wow, something's going on. Something's weird this year. Moving on to Tal and Jaime, Mr. James Arefalo. Boy, Tom Brady's been on fire, hasn't he? I think he's had 28 or more points the last 4 weeks. The last 4 weeks he didn't play before that was suspended, except for one game where he had 17. So that's pretty fucking good, and he's the fantasy king again, I think. Probably the most reliable and upside player that you can get. So Tom Brady put up 32. Spencer Ware went out with the concussion, only put up 3. Jacquizz Rodgers put up 12, but he's looking like he's dead. So yeah, your little waiver wire ain't gonna work out for you anymore, James. Oh, your running back situation not looking too good now, man. What else we get? Des Bryant finally back. X'd it up for 18. He's back, baby. Michael Crabtree for 11. And then the Broncos D doing what they do for 20. Kept picking fucking Phillip Rivers' bitch ass off. 109. Good score. Mr. Tao, you started Alex Smith. What the fuck is wrong with you, Tao? Good for 9. Dude almost got killed twice. Not looking good. I don't even think he's playing, or he's not. He's been ruled out for this week. So, old Nick Foles, little Austinite, going to get the start there. Mike Glisley rumbled for 14 against the Patriots. He got in the end zone. Chris Hogan got a big play with Tom Brady. I didn't realize you had that effect for 16. Quincy Enunwa had a really nice touchdown. Made Cleveland look pretty bad. He was just shaking them off all 10 yards out, shook off 3 defenders, and walked into the end zone. It was quite embarrassing. But Tao only puts up 78. Tao's with a lot of us. Me and Jordan can't get past 3-5. He stays at 3-5. James at 5-3, knocking on that playoff door. Then we go to Louis versus Cesar, who's been getting smoked all year long. Finally getting up there, man. The team's rallying. Got 23 from Mr. Matt Ryan, who's having a stellar year. 21 from Jonathan Stewart against Arizona. Got in the end zone twice. 10 from Duke Johnson. 10 from John Brown. And then a 17 from Travis Kelce, who broke the 100-yard mark for the first time this year. Boy, his other receiver got a goose egg on him. Tough break, though, for Cesar. He took Jamal Charles in a couple leagues over LaShawn McCoy. I asked him quietly. He said, because I don't like LaShawn McCoy. Bet you like him now. Jamal Charles went to IR. Really didn't contribute at all this year. He's basically done for the year, or fantasy year at least. Maybe the entire year. So tough break for Cesar. He puts up 93 points. Good for the win. Louis' team started off hot, and has gone cold for the last 3 or 4 weeks, it seems like. So he got Andy Dalton for 19, Mark Ingram for -2, who got benched after that fumble, never saw the field again. Man, -2, that sucks. AJ Green for 13 in London. Matt Asiata for 7, Larry Fitz for 7, Delaney Walker for 7, 7. Not going to do it. He got 67, gets the loss. He's at 4-4. Cesar's at 3-5. Both still in the hunt, like many of us. Then you had KL versus Sergio, fighting for the bottom. Who's going to be at the bottom of the league? Is Kevin going to claw his way out, or is he going to basically miss playoffs with this loss? He almost needs to win out. Not completely. He might be able to do one more loss with the way things are shaking out. We did get 2 6-7ers last year make the playoffs, and it's looking like it could happen again this year, which is crazy. So finally, Kevin's team showed the fuck up. Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers. Against Atlanta, looked really, really good. I think he had career high in rushing yards for 60 yards, but he dropped 33 on Atlanta. Robert Kelly for 14. Okay. We'll see how long that lasts. Frank Gore for 11, super consistent. Oh, you played the Houston tight end, Fedorix, I can't say his name, for 10. Terrell Pryor for 13, and then the Chiefs D for 14. Good for 107. Mr. Sergio had a good game, but couldn't get it done. Russell Wilson for 9. Dude doesn't have a touchdown in the last 3 games. Believe me, I know. I have him in Dynasty. And he's been hobbled all year with injuries. Matt Forte for 21, starting to come on again. Theo Riddick for 18. Alshon Jeffrey finally found the end zone. Good for 12 against Minnesota. Rest of your team didn't do too much. Fortunately, you left Derek Carr instead of... You played Russell Wilson instead of Derek Carr. Derek Carr threw for 500-something yards in an overtime win. I think the 20th time a player has thrown for 500 yards in the NFL. Would have got you the win, too. You would have blasted this fool out the water. That's a herder, Sergio. That's a herder. Now you got another tough decision because Derek Carr plays Denver and Russell plays Buffalo. So good luck to that, sir. Nonetheless, both are 2-6 now. Both are still in the hunt. Believe it or not, it's wide open, that playoff picture. All right, then we got Isaac and Stevie. Stevie pulls out the win. Isaac doing a lot of bumping of the gums. He's been talking a lot lately. He's been talking. Talking, and caught up with them. Stevie's finding ways to win. This dude cannot lose. Like Kevin said, you down here, he's just here, okay? You here, he hits you. You here, he hits you with the best game of his year. Blake Bortles for 30 on fucking Thursday night. Garbage time 30, but it will work. 30 burger it is. Melvin Gordon for 16 against Denver. Mr. Consistent. 14 from Sanu, 13 from Diggs. Man, Blake Bortles won you this game, bro. You got a goose egg from Fozzie Whitaker, 4 from Barnage, who has yet to get a touchdown this year, by the way. That's to Kevin, since we were talking about that yesterday. Good for 104. Isaac bumping his gums. Had good outing from a lot of his guys. 18 from Luck. Devontae Freeman for 17. Jeremy Hill for 13. Brandon Cooks for 10. Rob Gronkowski for 18. Good for 97. Unfortunately, Cardinals D got done up by old swagger ass Cam. Actually, like one of the first drive, I think, for the Cardinals, I think Carson Palmer fumbled. I think it was Carson Palmer that fumbled, and they took it to the house, and it just kind of went from there. Cam just showed up. I feel like Carolina has the Cardinals' number for some reason. Remember, they played in the NFC Championship game last year. I really thought the Cardinals were going to put up a good game. They got swamped. Just something about that matchup. The Carolina seems to get the better of it, at least lately. So Isaac moves to 4-4. Stevie's 6-2 and very close to punching in a playoff spot if he has not already. Okay, so did we get everybody? I felt like I missed myself, which I think I did. So let me do that. Who did I? Oh yeah, I did. I got blasted by White Tommy. Let me hurry through that because we are running out of time. So yeah, I got blasted on. My team My team really doesn't have an identity after that trade that I made with Isaac. It was probably a bad trade. Hindsight, I don't know. I was freaking out, but like I needed a running back. Nonetheless, I got 18 from Jameis Winston, 10 from Christian Michael, 12 from Gio, 15 from Jordy, who finally showed up after last week getting goose egged. The rest of my team did shit. 75. Not going to get the win most weeks. White Tommy just crushed me. 26 from Kirk Cousins, who threw for 400 something fucking yards. David Johnson for 10. So they actually held him in check. Isaiah Crowell for 11. Mari Cooper had a big game, part of that Derek Carr 500, 24 points. I think he had 150 yards or some shit like that. 10 from Jeremy Maclin and 15 from Jordan Reed. Blasted me out of the park, 117 to 75. Tommy goes to 6-2, looking really close, looking good for that playoff spot. 3-5, can't get out of 3-5. I feel like Jordan. I assume Jordan feels this way. I just can't progress. Okay, so let's look at the standings for. Where the standings are. We got Juicy J at 7-1, Tommy and Stevie at 6-2, James at 5-3, Isaac at 4-4, as is Louie, and then you got a bunch of 3-5ers, Jordan, Cool Whip, Tal, and Cesar in that order, and then Sergio and Kevin at 2-6. Those last two playoff spots are wide fucking open, and maybe the three, to be quite honest. So keep fighting out there, guys. I know I will be. Let's see. Coming up next week, we got Cesar versus myself. Cesar's team's kind of the same thing as mine. Doesn't really have an identity. I think mine has a better identity than his. I've got a lot of bye weeks this week, but I'm going to give myself the nod. Cesar, I'm going to push you down. I think you're going to go into abyss after this and miss playoffs. We'll see what happens, though. Good luck. Isaac, the Gronkinator versus White Tommy. White Tommy's doing the old Kaepernick spot start when your guy's on bye. I'm doing the same thing in a different league against the Saints. Let's see. You got some tough matchups this week, Tommy. And Isaac does not. Isaac has some really good matchups. I'm going to go with Isaac in this one. I think Isaac goes 5-4. Tommy goes 6-3. KL versus Jaime, old buddies. KL's team's putting together some wins. He's got a 2-win win streak. Let's see here. Okay. James got a good team. He's got a couple of tough matchups, though. This looks like a close one, and Kevin is projected to do more, but I'm gonna give. I think James takes this one. Louis versus Stevie. God, Stevie, you have such a running back issue. Holla at me, bro. but you go there, there. Okay. Oof. Damn, bro. I, I think Stevie keeps the streak alive. Louis, your team's crazy right now, and you got bye week